Well, I promised you a little red Corvette yesterday, and here it is. The Corvette C5 ZO6. Yep, it's one of those cars where the name is just an alphabety spaghetti tin, or the equivalent of a cat sitting on a keyboard. This is actually an interesting Corvette, because there's been faster versions of Corvettes before, but I think this is actually the first ZO6 badged Corvette, of which there would be many more to come. There's the C6 ZO6, the C7 ZO6, the C8 ZO6, the ZO6 with the ZO7 pack. Yeah, this confuses me a lot, but I think I'm right in saying this is the first ZO6 badged Corvette. Now, the Corvette's actually quite cool because I treat it as basically the closest thing America's got to a supercar. Or at least, this one was when it released. Because this was a long time before we got things like the SSC Ultimate Aero, or Hennessy. I would say it's a long time before SSC, but it's actually not. There was a Shelby Supercars car back in the 90s, which I confused for a cross between a GT40 and an XJ220 with no roof. Not many people know about the 90s SSC. Shame, it's pretty cool. Back in 1953, there was, well, basically, this was right around the time where America started making enormous V8 things. But the Corvette was different. It was actually quite a European type car, specifically a very heavily Americanized version of the lightweight British sports car. You know, think Lotus Elan or Austin Healey, Sprite. It was, well, possibly one of the most unique cars of that era, even if it was plagued by reliability problems. It was fiberglass, as have all the Corvettes since it, apart from, I think, the C7 and C8. Other than that, they were all plastic, or fiberglass. Or is fiberglass plastic as well? I don't know, I'm not very good at DT. But still, I think it was actually quite funny at its launch. I think there's a story I heard where the first one to come off the production line wouldn't turn on. And this wouldn't be the end. Corvettes are quite unreliable. I know someone who had a Corvette C3 called Lightning McQueen that blew up. Not a violent explosion, but blew up while they were in it. Awkward. They're fine, don't worry. I tell you what, after the shitty slow cars of CDT that we've been having the past couple of days, it's nice to have something with a bit of power. This is something that American cars are very good at. Just drop the gears, and then power. Oh no, I dropped the gears too early, because now we're going uphill and turning round. There we go. Nice bit of power. It's really good in a straight line, to be honest. I was expecting it, considering it is a supercharged Corvette with a 6-litre engine. But still, it is good. But the thing about Corvettes that separates them from most of the other American vehicles is the fact that Corvettes can turn really well, usually. And is this one in dealership Tycoon any exception? No. No, it isn't. Seriously, this thing is light, nimble, agile, everything I look for in a good car. Honestly, I am falling in love with this thing. honestly, I do think that... Well, basically I've got to think, I don't really like most American cars. I think you all know this. But I do like Corvettes. I've got a special soft place for Corvettes. And I'm glad this one is deserving of that soft spot. So let's see how it is on the racetrack. Corvettes are typically not half bad on the racetrack. I think... I'm not sure if it was this generation or the generation after where they started testing them on the Nürburgring, but, you know. Still, any American sports car that can corner is going to be a good car, to be honest. Let's see how good this one is. Nice. Double apex. Just trying to keep it relatively close to the wall through the tunnel, then the rock kink. Brake a little bit round Lake Turn. Then the downhill section, I'm gonna lift here just so we can keep it close to the apex. And that's a sub 32 second lap. That is pretty damn good. Especially in a car that to buy less than 170 grand. So, should you buy a Corvette? Well, after that lap time, I would say so. And this one. But what are your other options? Well, there's the Audi R8 V10. I think this is actually a little bit faster in the straight lines, but I prefer the Corvette handling-wise. Or if you have friends that you want to carry around, Audi RS6 is also a good option. But the RS6 is also a little bit bulky in the corners, so... Amazingly enough, if you want a car that can go around corners, costs around 170k to buy standard, and also is extremely fun, buy the Corvette ZO6. And on that bombshell, as we realise that it's an American car that handles better than a German one, hopefully I will see you all tomorrow with a German car that almost certainly won't be able to handle. A big luxury Maybach SUV. The bouncy one, the GLS. See you then, hopefully.